Hi, I'm Madeline Murray.
And I'm Travis Jones. Welcome to Getting Started at Covenant Kids.
So now that you know that a writer will be coming to your home to conduct a home study, you're probably wondering, what do I do to prepare my home for a home study? Travis is here to give us some really good tips about how to prepare for your home study.
All right, so people get all kinds of nervous about the home study, all these things we're going to ask, but what do you have to do to get your house ready? And, what we can tell you over and over and over again is we want to get to know what it's like at your house.
So take a deep breath, relax,
Yes.
and welcome people into your home.
Absolutely. So a lot of times people think they've got to get their house ready for like a photo shoot with Better Homes and Gardens, which is really not necessary. A home could even actually be a little too perfect. It kind of makes us a little bit nervous as we're looking around because we want to see what's it going to be like for kids to live at your house. And so, if it's a bit too perfect, kids kind of mess stuff up.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go mess up your house so that we can come. We don't want it to look like an episode of Hoarders, but there's, a happy medium somewhere in there.
Balance.
Company's coming. Just think like that. People are going to look at everything. They're going to tour your home. They're going to look in closets and cabinets and stuff like that. And there's a lot that we've got to do to really get to know about kind of what's going on at your house. But it's not that sophisticated that you have to be ready for kind of everything to be perfect and in place.
Will Covenant Kids give me a checklist, or what can we, what do we have to offer our families so that they can work to get ready?
Yeah, so we have several different checklists that we'll be sending you. We'll have to do a health inspection and a fire inspection for each family. We have a detailed checklist to help make sure a family's following all the rules. You'll have to do some things that might be different from other families, like locking up your medications. You'll have to safely store all the chemicals and cleaners. You may need to get some bigger or different fire extinguishers than what you've had before that'll have to be inspected. You'll have to have some smoke detectors, some pool safety types of things.
Safety things.
Very
and the
much.
checklist will tell me.
Yes, safety oriented, and we've got black and white checklists that'll help you with that. And you don't have to get it perfect on the first shot. Obviously, we want you to be ready as so much as possible. But if there's some things that maybe you didn't meet the requirements whenever we're at the house, we can give you a plan to try to figure that out.
That's great. And what about my bedrooms, like where the kids are going to be sleeping? Do I need to have a plan for that already? What are they going to be looking for?
Yeah, so kids can share a bedroom, and a bedroom is actually basically, depending on the square footage, you can have one child per 40 square feet of space in a bedroom, up to 4 kids within a bedroom. So most people, when they start counting up square footage, they could actually take a lot more kids than they ever thought that they could.
Cram them all in.
We still let you decide who you want to be in your home and how many kids and all of that. But we'll help you to work through understanding that part of the process. But
so do I need to already have my beds in my bedrooms?
That's a good question. So that also kind of depends on who's coming to your house. So let's say that you wanted to take teenagers, then yeah, you need to have the beds set up because that's going to be kind of a consistent bedding arrangement. Families that say they'd take a range of kids, let's say they'd take a newborn all the way up to a 10-year-old, that can be a bit more complicated. So we want to see that your family is able to adjust and to be ready. So let's say you've got a guest room set up and you've got a queen bed or twin bed or something like that. We would say to leave it like that, because if you get a kid maybe 3.5 and up, that you could probably use that bed. Maybe you own a pack and play, or somebody could bring one to you, and you could use that as a temporary bedding, maybe for a couple of nights, or maybe even buy one, take the receipt to it. If you get a 10-year-old, then return the pack and play and use that money to buy 10-year-old stuff. If you get a newborn baby, then use the pack and play for the first night or two and go buy you a crib, get that set up. So we want your family to be reasonable. There's nothing that I hate more than for a family to spend a ton of money to get the Rolls Royce of cribs and have a whole nursery set up, and then they get a 4-year-old that doesn't, and they start all back over. We want you to be wise with the resources that you have. So be flexible. We've got to know that when we bring a child to your home, and for emergency placement, that could happen any time of the day or night. that you've got the ability to accommodate them appropriately, that you've got the right space. Our kids can share bedrooms. They can't share a bed, so they have to have their own bed,
Okay.
but they can share a bedroom. Often our kids come from environments where they're very used to sharing space with other people, and so it actually can be more comforting when they're not all alone in a room. We, as an agency, like for our families to set up a room where kids will not be sharing with more than a 5-year age difference unless the kids are siblings being placed together. Any kids over the age of 6 need to be in a bedroom only with kids of the same gender.
Okay.
Babies can be in the parent's bedroom up until 12 months of age. So we can be pretty flexible with a house and accommodate quite a bit as we work through, how do we situate everything.
Yeah. So it sounds like if I'm preparing for a home study, I just need to take a deep breath, clean up a little bit, and be prepared to show my writer what my plan is for accepting children into the home.
Absolutely. There can be a few dishes in your sink. There can be some laundry in a basket. Don't overthink it. We're looking for normal families. We're looking for real families, and we really want to get to know you. We're not looking for a perfect version. So like you said, take a deep breath, and your assessor, they're a friendly person. They're going to make it way easier. Don't overthink it.
We hope that you've learned some very helpful tips for preparing for your home study. Thanks for joining us for Getting Started with Covenant Kids.